Alrighty guys. Seems like getting this live start was more headaches than what it expected to be. But we're live now. Let's go ahead and do our Donna's Holiday Cup race. The very first race I'm going to do, we're going to jump on in there. Actually, let's knock out our daily battle since that's currently up. And then after we get done with the daily battle, we're going to pull our free crate, and then we're going to go ahead and knock out these these races here for the Holiday Cup for Donna's. And let's join in together and be able to take care of it. Alright, so now it's going to be a Dodge Viper GTS for Tier 4. Got a perfect start. Fired off the NOS. Perfect shifts all the way. Alrighty, now let's go ahead and take a look and see what music we got going on. Thanks very much. Appreciate your coming on in and waiting while getting through those technical difficulties there. Alrighty, 40 keys. So while the live stream is ongoing, we're going to go ahead and have the comments popping up on the stream. So go ahead and ask any comments or any questions that you may have, and let's go ahead and get those answered while we're doing this. This will not be a short video because this is going to be a bunch of races for the live, so feel free to interact and engage. Ask questions and get your information out there. Alright, so we got some A-OK parts there. We got 2 green uncommon parts and we got a blue rare part. And look at this. What are we going to get for our loyalty reward? An epic intake for the GTA Spina. Alright, so the first race we're going to do for Donna's Cup, I'm going to do it with the car, and it's going to have no type of customization done to it. So it's going to be the lowest points I'm going to be able to get out of it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and select it. We need to change car. This is a new feature that they added in recently. So it's going to give you any option that matches up with it. Since this is only for the RS5 Coupe, that's the only car that shows. Now let's go race. Donna Banks. Hey, nice to see you again. Thanks for turning up. I really need your help. Somebody's been looting through my holiday stockings. What a Grinch. You able to help me get some more? I need a top drawer driver. We need to go around the city and get some more stock. I might even let you keep some of what we get. How about it? Before we start jollying about the city, we need to test that car of yours. How about a race? If you win, I'll give you something to boost your ride's performance. Okay, let's go ahead and get our ride boosted up with performance. Now my Tier 3 car, the Audi RS5 Coupé, currently before us. Oh, we get to race against Donna in her F40 and a red one, the Merry Christmas red. Now let's go ahead and get started. Wheel spin start. And there we go. All perfect shifts. We're good to go. You win! Awesomeness. Just as I expected. Now, as you can tell, my car is currently at 581 for PP and 621 for EV. Racing against Donna, she gave me 50,000 cash. I got 209 RP, but Donna's car was 415, but it was a plus 148. So let's go ahead and drop back into the garage. Let's go ahead and put some freshness on this car so I can go from 209 to the new points that I'm going to be able to get out of it. But before we go, okay, looks like you might have the right car for the job. Let me check who's on my naughty and nice list. We can get some gifts off them. Let's go pay them a visit now. So we're going to jump back into the garage. We're going to do some freshness on the car. Now since it's the holiday spirit for the Holiday Cup, I figured always do my trusty handy dandy calipers. Calipers are always cheap. We're going to do some livery. Now since we're in the holiday spirit, we're going to go ahead and pick red. And we're not going to do red all the way. We're going to use the matte. Falou red matte. We're going to do it on the bottom. And let's go ahead on over here on the paint. Excuse me. And let's go with a satin. See what we get with satin. And we'll go ahead and do a fruit salad. Now, I always, when I go in here and get these custom jobs done up for freshness, I always like to get whatever's on sale. Don't need to spend more money than necessary. So buy the things on sale, whether you like them or you don't like them, and make them work for you. So right now we have our little holiday paint job going. We have the green fruit salad on the top, and we have Falou red matte on the bottom. And it's only $12,000. That's all that you need. If you look on the top right, it says freshness. RP is at 10%. We turn around and see with those 3 items. You can purchase 4 items, but you don't get more than 10% freshness. So I always stick with buying only 3 to get my freshness. Give them the $12,000. And Donna's not a Grinch. Donna's just a big old meanie. She likes to give you more uncommon parts than anything else in the game. And oh yeah, I forgot to show you this, because once we get into the races, we're going to continue doing it. So right now, my car is set up with 42 upgrades out of 42, 66 fusion parts out of 66 slots. It's currently worth $371,000. It has 4-wheel drive for the drive type, and I've driven a grand total of 2.77 miles on it. Be curious to see what we get once we get done with these races. Since this is tier 3 as well as tier 1 and 2, you only get quarter-mile races with this typically. So next up on our race, first up, we're paying a visit to Newfang's hood. KJ here. You seem to be in the wrong part of town, Donna. Donna responds back, I've made a few calls and learned that you've not been good this year. Trust me, you don't want to be on Donna's naughty list. How about you make it up to me with a showdown race? Naughty? You know that's my style, girl. Ain't that what you like? Yuck. You going to help me or not? As it's you, Donna, I'm going to give you a chance, but only if that car can beat me, if that cat can beat me. I guess that cat's supposed to be me. So let's go ahead and take this RS5 Coupe for a spin. KJ. Alrighty. Now KJ's going to show up in his Toyota 86 Rocket Bunny with 403 and plus 61. I don't know why you think this car is going to win. That car is sluggish for tier 2, much less tier 3. Another wheel spin start. By the end of these races, I'll go ahead and start getting perfects. As you can see, I don't drive it very often. But once again, go ahead and feel free to comment, like, and subscribe for more content. We're going to be going ahead and playing it more in the upcoming season. And we're going to be getting more videos out to guys to help you out. So for that particular race against KJ, I got 50 gold coins, and I went from 209 RP to 226. Now, the big difference with this is when you're dealing with 1 or 2 races, that freshness points doesn't add up. But when you're dealing with 15 or more races, that freshness points start to add up. And you'll also notice it when you're doing live races too. So we're going to go ahead and hit the map button because we're not allowed to continue on with the next race in this. Excuse me. So let's go back to Donna for race number 3. Alrighty, so next up, we're going to get Mr. KJ again with his Rocket Bunny. 417 and plus 84 again. I don't know why he still thinks that car is barely a tier 2 car. Slow start that time. Fire off the notch just because. Get that extra little clicks with the shifting and get another good shift out of it. And there go KJ speeding on by. 8.8 seconds versus 12.2. KJ doesn't have a chance. Don't know why that boy won a race. I guess he thinks everybody likes it dirty or naughty. are bad, whatever KJ's style is. Race number 4 now begins. And coming up on race number 4, it's KJ again. This time he's 429 and plus 128. So he's getting a little bit better out of it, which is good. Alrighty. So next up, we're going to go ahead and race again. This time a little bit faster. Got a good start that time. So the key is going to be a little bit more than 2 seconds in order to get that perfect start. Next time we're going to go ahead and work on getting that. Alrighty. And this time the reward is have a free upgrade and get back on the track. Let's go ahead and collect that free upgrade. And that's going to be pretty awesome. Make sure you use any type of free upgrades that you get on Tier 5 since their upgrades cost a lot more money than Tier 4, Tier 3, Tier 2, and Tier 1. Here goes KJ again. What the? How did you beat me? You had that raggedy old Tier 2 car. Was that enough for me to make it onto your nice list? Your nice boys list? Nope, just my bad drivers list. See you around, KJ. Now he's dealt with. We should go visit Ashley. Guess what list she's on? Race number 5. The Gold Rushers. Hey Ashley, fancy helping a girl out? What do you want, Donna? You know I'm constantly in demand. Somebody has been into my stock and robbed me. You got some festive cheer to share? It wouldn't look good if I was to say no, now would it? You know I'm busy VIP, so let's make this quick. Tell your driver to meet me on the street. Let's see what Ashley breaks out. Is it going to be that Mercedes-Benz CLA? Yep, she brought out the Mercedes-Benz Ashley CLA 45 AMG. And hers is in Merry Christmas red as well, instead of the blue one that you actually win. Another good start. Hit that mouse over in 3rd gear. Let's see if we can get around. Can we get around? Another perfect shift. Awesome. Alrighty. So next up, the little measly chump change that we get. Let's see what our prize is going to be. And we're going to get an Audi Uncommon Nitrous part. Woohoo! Next up, we're going to get another Audi Uncommon Nitrous part. Woohoo! That was totally worth the fuel that we spent on it. Yay! Ho, 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 everyone. Alright, let's jump back in. Race number 6 is going to be against Ashley again. At least this time is almost a fair fight since it's Tier 3 cars that they're showing up in. It's not a fair fight because they're not really upgraded, but it's fair fight because they're at least the same tier. But 48 and plus 0. She doesn't have a chance. Alright, let's see if we can get a perfect start. Up, wheel spin start. I'm on the naughty list. I can't get perfect starts. Those are important. They allow you to collect a couple extra nickels out of your pay. And the more of those you get to add up, the more pay you get out of it. Alright, so let's see what our prize is this time. And we get 50 gold coins. So this is different because with the Halloween Cup, we had some tricks as well as some treats. So far, the Holiday Cup seems like we're getting all kinds of presents. But Donna may surprise us and throw a couple lumps of coal at us. Alright, so next on up is going to be Ashley again. This time it's 506, but it's still a 0. So I guess her car doesn't have any type of fusions in it and barely has any upgrades. But that's okay. We'll take the win. Another good start. because the goal of the races is to collect all the free stuff that we can collect out of it. Alrighty. So right now, let's see what our prize is that we're collecting. Another free upgrade. Look at that. Free upgrades are awesome. Gonna go ahead and drop that on some of those tier 5s that we have and get those free. Maybe I can drop that on the Bach Mono, because I know I don't have any parts for that. There you go. You got what you want. Now leave me alone. Please. Ashley is just so sassy. Jeez. Someone needs to get into the holiday spirit. Let's hit the next target. Well, at least Ashley did say please that time. You know, she's notorious for not speaking. Next up is race number 8. Let's see who's on the hit list now. Uh-oh. Azure Inferno. That means Kurtz. Long time no look. I need some help. It's the time of the year for giving after all. Thanks. Why on earth would I want to do that? You're hardly the gifting kind. It might be brain freeze, but you turned up the right time. I do need to shift some merchandise. If your driver can take me down, then I'll let you take a sneaky look. Last time we seen Kurt, she ran away in the storyline. After you get to beat her in the tier 3 races, she runs away and hides, never to be seen again. Now she shows up in her tier 4, running a 542 and plus 100. Does this mean we're going to see Victor Kidd as well? Gotta wait and see. But Kurtz, she's being left behind again, as usual. Always first to the party, but always the first one to go. Now this prize that we receive is 100,000 cash. Always can use more money. Let's jump back to the map so we can go do the next race. Race number 9. Make sure you leave comments or the live chat. I'm here to help. Uh-oh, we're about to do a speed trap. How fast do I go? How fast do I go? I need to do 125. I need to do 125. How fast do I go? Perfect start. Oh yeah. About to get that 125 with ease. Just like that, I'm already over it. I'm all the way up to 167. How about that? Nothing like being able to drive fast. Race done. Clocked in at 168. Got that measly 174 RP, but I picked up a cool 75 gold coins out of it. Awesome. Nothing like collecting good targets. So now let's see what the next race is going to be. Race number 10 is a mystery prize. What do you think the mystery will be? Is it going to be Kurtz again? Yep, it's Kurtz again. She doesn't have a red car, but she got red trim on it, so she's in the holiday spirit too. Alright, next up. Got a good start. Gotta work on getting those perfects. Perfects are fun. Gives you a couple extra nickels into your dollar. Got another perfect shift at the end. Yep, it's Kurtz. Alrighty, Kurtz this time showed up at 556 and plus 27. Still not fast enough. Another free upgrade. Hey, we're gonna get back on the track any moment now because these free upgrades are gonna be awesome. Look at that. A rank up in the middle of the giving. See, the holidays just keep on giving. 25 bronze keys, and wow. That was definitely weird and unexpected. I guess something didn't look right. Something didn't feel right. Alright, next race. Kurtz again. With that festive red, this time 569 and plus 34. good starts all over the place. Need to get better with that. Because good starts is what make everything fun. Perfect starts. Bah humbug to good starts. Need to get some fuel. I'm all tapped out. Should I watch some videos? It is a live stream after all. Alright, and this reward is uncommon body part and an uncommon intake part. What else do I get? This is 3. Uncommon nitrous again. Totally awesome. Alright, we're going to go ahead and jump back out to the map. Next step we're going to do is grab some fuel. Gotta talk to Kurtz first. You left me for code at the start on the start line. Take a look at what I got, Donna. Okay, hotshot, that's 2 down. Let's head over to my part of town. The grand finales. That's Donna's part of town, I guess. But we need to tap into that fuel bank. So let's drop 20 gold coins. Buy fuel. Now we can go ahead and finish up these races. Or at least do some more. There's a total of 25 races, so it's not too many that we have to do. Alright, next up. Now we're at the grand finales. I'm going to dial my crew, Noble Griffin. They'll be sure to hook us up with something. Daniel Luane. Yo, Donna. Hope you're wrapping up warm. I don't want you getting the code. Catching the code. What do you need, anyway? Someone's taking parts from my lot without paying me. I need stock pronto. I need new stock pronto. Otherwise, I got nothing to gift during the holidays. You know, I'm not one to give many freebies. Let's hit the streets. Send your kid over and we can throw down. Well, why don't you take a look at this? Daniel's gonna be in his ACR. So no Victor kid for us. Instead is Daniel's Viper ACR instead. He got the Christmas red on with the big giant wing on the back. Let's see if we get a perfect start. Another good start. Gonna be fired at this rate. Gonna be no good. But of course, Daniel got nothing on us. Another W. Chalk it up in the books. We halfway done. We're onward to race number 13 now. And the prize that we get for beating Daniel is 150,000 cash. Can always use more of that. Alrighty. Next race up. Number 13. Let's see what we're gonna get. Looks like we got stage 6 parts coming down the pipeline. Alright, Daniel again. Clicked off the screen too quickly, didn't get to see what his stats was. Perfect start. Daniel, I'm not even gonna hit nitro on you on this one. I got a perfect start. I don't need nitro. Awesome. There we go. Beat him again. Daniel in his tier 4. And he was running a 551 and 104 against R581. And our prize is 100 gold coins. Awesome. More gold coins is always needed. We're going to go ahead and knock out more of these races by utilizing those gold coins that we get. And we just buy gold. Buy fuel with gold. Don't buy anything else with gold but fuel. That way we can race as much as we want during wild cards and any other time and don't have to worry about it. So with this speed trap time that we get to do, let's see what our speed's going to be. 131. Think we can do it? I think we can do it. No NOS going to be needed either. Perfect start again. Back-to-back perfect starts. I didn't get a perfect shift though. I messed that up. There we go. 130, 146. No NOS was on the race and we clearly passed it with no problem at all. 147. Target was 131. Consider that one done. Alrighty, another free upgrade. Wow, we're getting a lot of free upgrades. This is totally awesome. 11 more races to go. At this point in time, not for sure how many upgrades you're going to need to complete the challenge, being that my car is maxed out, but looking at the stats that's on there, I figure you're going to need to have at least stage 5 on your car, and I imagine probably half the fusions that it has listed there. So since it holds 66, I imagine anywhere from 30 to 40 fusions would be needed in order to beat the race. We're racing Daniel's HCR again. Let's see if we can get a third straight perfect start. Oh, third straight perfect start. Gonna go ahead and fire off that notch just because. Get this race over real quickly. And get all perfect shifts as well. So perfect start and all perfect shifts. And our grand prize is an uncommon nitrous part. Let's see what else we get out of it. We get an uncommon tire part. And we get an uncommon turbo part. Okay. Bunch of uncommon parts so far. So it looks like this cup is actually going to get you more Audi parts for your tier 3 and your tier 2 car, and not so much for the tier 4 or the tier 5 that you have available in the game. So far through the race that I've done, that's my initial assessment of it. But all free parts are good parts, especially if you didn't have to spend anything to get the car. You know, way to go. Daniel's HCR is now running at plus 122 at 557 pp. Yep, I got that touch now. I'm able to knock out those perfect starts left and right. Good job, me. Collect all those perfect shifts. One of the main reasons why you want to get perfect shifts instead of good shifts is that typically the perfect shifts are double the money value associated with good shifts. So for example, in tier 5, you'll get $50 for a good shift. Hey, Audi RS5 Coupé tires, stage 6. Awesome little gift there. So for tier 5, you'll get 50 for a good one, and you'll get 100 for a perfect. So the more perfect shifts you get, the more money you can earn in those races. Respect, kid. You earned these. Use them wisely. Good job, Daniel. Alrighty, thank you. You're just starting to become my new favorite person. Miss Donna Banks to Daniel. Back out to the map. Up for race number 17. Now, this last guy is a piece of work. We'll be lucky to get anything out of him. Tyler Shacks. This isn't your turf, Donna. What are you doing here? Some nutcracker's been raiding my stash without me knowing. I need a helping hand. Surely a man of your stature can afford to help the needy at holiday time. Any other time of the year, I would tell you to beat it. You're fortunate I love this time of year. I'm used to being showered with gifts. I wish I could do this all year long. No, wait, I can't. I'm rich! If that racer can beat me, then maybe I'll share a taste of my lavish lifestyle. Enough talk. It's time to hit the track. So is he going to be in his Agera R? Ooh, this is going to be a challenge. Alrighty, let's see. Tyler Shacks. He shows up in a red Agera R with 615 and plus 255. Man, this is going to be a challenging race. I'm going to have to use nitro. Slow start, perfect shifts, nitro fire, all systems go. That Agera R, it ain't got nothing on this Audi. The RS5 Coupé ran down the road from it. Alrighty, let's see what prize we get for beating that fast car. $200,000. That can go in the coffers. So next up is a speed trap. Let's see what our speed time is going to be this time. Next up on the race is number 18 speed trap in the RS5 Coupé only. What's up, Jordan? I'm not for sure with Watt Clan, but okay, sure. Speed trap now is 134 miles an hour. I should be able to beat that without any NOS fired again. Wheel spin start. Gonna hit the NOS. And there we go. 134 is done with ease. Jumped all the way to the 160s. What's up, Jordan? Speed trap now is 134 miles an hour. Go ahead and collect these 100 golds. Use that for fuel. That way I can just keep running. I have plenty of fuel to run, so swapping whenever I actually do swap is not a problem at all. I don't swap a whole lot. I prefer to race. Race number 19 is a mystery prize. And just looking right here, we have 2 more stage 6 parts coming up. So that's 3 that's on the list. So Shax's Agera R, again, this time 614 and plus 311. So the 614 is not too much higher than ours. And we got way more EV than he got. So that's going to allow us to be able to really put it on, crash down the highway. Perfect shifts and a perfect start. It's a match for wins here. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another W. And the prize for this is 10 silver keys. Nothing like silver keys. I highly recommend hoard all your material that you get. You get a lot of free material in the game. Hoard it all. Everything you can hoard. Just like this. 10 miles in a day, 80 bronze keys. Hoard it all. Whatever they give you for free, collect it. It's free. Alright, so now you get 2 stage 6s, is it? Oh wow. 2 stage 6 it looks like. We're gonna definitely have to do this. Let's see what shows up now. He's in at plus 248 this time. See if he's gonna be able to keep up with us. Tell him to kiss our dust. That's all he has to do. Stay behind us while we go in. Winner's in first, everybody else is in second. Successfully completed that again, 8.8 seconds. And this time, got an intake for the Audi RS5 Coupé. And look at this. We got an engine for the RS5 Coupé. So that's 3 stage 6s we've got already for our car. If this car wasn't upgraded, I'll be right along to getting it upgraded. This is totally awesome. Race 21. Now, just in fairness, I've actually had this car for a very long time. It was one of the first cars that I got in the garage. So I was able to get it upgraded over time. But for anybody that's new to getting the car, these upgrades are totally awesome for it. Alright, let's go ahead and try to get that perfect start streak going again. And I got off of that, now it's time to get back on it. Another good shift. Now, one thing I want to talk about while I have a few moments here, shifting patterns are different from each car. So learn your car so you can know how to shift it so you can get the fastest times to win more races, collect more RP, and make more money. So this particular time the prize is 15 silver keys. So that's a total of 25 silver keys that I've earned already. 10 the time before, I got 2 stage 6 upgrades and I got 15. That's half of a crate pull for a car. And that's totally awesome. So the next time now, I'm going to ride for 2 more. So I got 4. So 2, 4, 6. I got 7 stage 6 upgrades for this car by doing this race. And that is an awesome treat and perk for anybody that's been new to the game that doesn't have this car and is just now getting a car. That's totally awesome. So this Agera R is going to be a plus 291. So they're not increasing the PP value on me, they're just increasing the EV value. So that means I definitely have a good chance of winning because I got the car fully upgraded and because the numbers aren't increasing. So the performance of the car is getting faster for Shax, but it's not getting dramatically faster. If he was to pop up and was to be a 704, then, you know, it'll be much more harder for me to be able to win these races. So there go the intake, I believe. I think I got that already. The gifts that it gives you is completely random. This is a transmission, stage 6. Need to top out some more fuel, so I got 2 more races to do. And here goes Shax. Get out of my face and take those parts. Don't ever come back here again, Donna. You're a star. I could kiss you. Got any mistletoe? No? Well, can't blame me for trying. You did an amazing job helping me out, Hotshot. We might have collected more than we need, so how about a race? I might be able to give you some extra goodies if you can win a few more. Oh, we're going to race against that F40 again. Well, let's go. I have no problem with taking goodies from the F40. I need fuel. See, all those gold coins come in handy. No videos needed for me, buddy. Alrighty. I'll see you on the start line. Don't get cold feet. Cold feet. She seen me driving? Ain't nothing cold about these feet. They all lead. So she's in her F40 with a plus 505 with a 586. Alright, let's go. Perfect start. Hit that NOS. And this is a little trick for everybody out there who races against the F40s when they're computer generated. The F40s very rarely will win in quarter-mile races because they have a slow start and they have a lot of upspeed at the end. So if you ever race against those F40s, there's a good chance you're going to be able to win those races with ease. So see, she has a top speed of 151. It takes her a good little while to get up to that speed. And that happens at the ending of it. So when you deal with a half mile, that car really flies down towards the end. But these are quarter mile races, so it's much easier to beat her. So this is race number 24 for a mystery prize. Alrighty, so now she's 624, but no EV at all in her car. And here we go, perfect start. Perfect shift, and of course, another perfect shift. Race is over, you win. And this prize is going to be intake, a rare. Ooh. Another rare transmission. Next up, race number 25, we're going to get 2 stage 6s out of Donna. And the cool thing about this, everybody knows Donna's cheap and Donna's a Scrooge, and she always gives you parts that you don't need for cars that you already have. So it's cool to get these parts for these cars. So now this is going to be the last race. It's a speed trap at 138. So for the last race, I am not going to go ahead and use the NOS. We're going to work on getting that perfect shift, the perfect start, which we missed. But no NOS is needed because we can get well over that speed with no problem at all. And there we go. 147 over the speed with no NOS. The race is continued, it's complete. Collected our 174 points. We got our engine stage 6 again. And we picked up our tire stage 6 again. That's how Donna goes. She likes to give you duplicate stage 6 parts that you have already. So with that, we're all done with our speed trap. We're all done with Donna's holiday races. And we'll go ahead and stick around at the end of this video now that Donna's holiday is over. So anybody who wanted to only see the holiday racing, once this storyline here gets done, you can go ahead and roll out. But if anybody have any questions or want to stick around, you're more than welcome can do that. So Donna Banks now, that was seriously fun. I really enjoyed your company on our little journey. Looks like we bagged enough for you and every other racer in this city. Shame we never caught who did this, but it's not the time of year to be gloomy. Hope you're pleased with your haul. Just look at all that stuff. You might just have enough parts to finish off that car. That's amazing. Thanks again for all your help. I won't forget this. Well, maybe not. Happy holidays. And the prizes suck pretty bad. It depends upon where you're at in the game. If you've been playing the game for anywhere from 30, I would say 3 months or less, the prizes were not all that great. They were fantastic, but if you've been playing for longer than 3 months, then I can understand your feeling and sentiment that the prizes were not good. So it's based on where you're at in the storyline. But I can completely agree with you on being, feeling lackluster about it because, as I said, my car is 42 upgrades out of 42 and 66 fusions out of 66 fusions. So I didn't really get any parts that I needed for my car because I already had it. I got 10 Audi parts and I got 7 stage 6 for it. And when you look at my RS5 Coupe, I'm only missing 1. Everything else I got double. Tires I got 3 and engines I got 4. So for me, I didn't really get much that I can use. But I've been playing the game a lot longer than other people. I have a huge inventory, as you can tell. Currently I'm sitting at rank number 491. Got a garage value of $229 million. I got 24,639,000 cash. I got 36,000 gold coins. When I turn around and look at my key supply, I got 45,000 bronze keys. I got 5,900 silver keys. I got 177 gold keys. I can pull all of these crates with no problem at all and pull out different random things. This particular Prestige Cup season, I already had the Z06. So I didn't pull any other cars to try to get it in a different color. It's not really that important to me as a racer. So anybody have any questions, anything they want to know about, any other things like that? Now, one of the things I like to do with my cars were the ones that I actually don't drive them, where I don't have a need to drive them. Like this car, this is not in my rotation of cars that I drive. I turn around and I change out all these items and put them back to stock. So by doing that, it just makes it easier for me later on when I get to go customize the car, because I need to race it for anything like this. I can pick whatever's free, or not free, but I can pick whatever's discounted and be able to use it. But one thing I always do is I always leave the interior on my cars, because the interior costs extra money over all the other things. So by leaving the interior in there, whenever I have a race and I need the custom interior, all my cars have the custom interior already. But one little tip and trick I'll go ahead and provide to you guys is, I always utilize my elite license cars for all my daily races for different things I need to do. So the easiest way to do that is to click over on this little tab, click on the little person icon, then click on profile, and you see your elite license shows up there. When you click on that, your elite license 2 shows up, and whatever cars those is selected will show up there. And then elite license 1 shows up, and whatever cars you selected show up there. So these are the only cars that I use for all of my daily races, except for Tier 5. Tier 5, I didn't make a choice of a car that I can customize. So whenever I have Tier 5 cars that I need to utilize for custom interior, custom paint, custom livery, or custom calipers, I have to select one of the cars that I can customize in my garage, but it's not an elite license. But for Tier 1, typically it's the Ford Fiesta that I select if I have to customize it. If I don't have to customize it, then typically I utilize Angels or Conduit's car, because both of my Tier 1 cars are 1-star cars, and the RP that I get with using Angels or Conduit's car is greater than what I would get than if I used a 1-star car. For Tier 2, I always use my MrXsee Sport 350 if I need to customize it, or I utilize my A45 AMG, which gets slightly more points than every other car on that tier. For Tier 3, I always use my C63 AMG Coupe if I don't need to customize it, but if I do need to customize it, I jump into my BMW M4 Coupe. For Tier 4, If I need to customize it, I jump into the 2014 R8 V10 Coupe, Plus Coupe, or I jump into the Camaro Z28 if I don't have to customize it. If it's tier 5, I jump in my Chiron CSR2 Red Edition all the time unless I have to customize it. If I have to customize it, I then select something different, which typically is either going to be the regular McLaren 650S, or I might use the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta, one of those two cars. Now I'll show you why I picked those two cars whenever I have to customize anything. They both actually are sitting in the same garage, so it's easy to get to and find. So with my 650S, it's currently sitting at 110 out of 110 on Fusion. I have all the upgrades in the car. So I'll customize that. Or sometimes I alternate and go to the 107 out of 110 F12 Berlinetta. And those are the two cars that I do for tier 5 when I have to customize items. By customizing your car, you get a little bit more RP. When you race a car that doesn't have a star, you get a little bit less RP out of it. So you want to customize your car and you want to race cars with stars. Alrighty. So right now, is there any other questions or anything that anybody wants to go over? Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream if there's nothing else to be discussed here. One thing I do have to do is I do have to jump into live races and knock out my 15 live races because, hey, everybody likes them silver keys. 10 silver keys and 150 bronze keys, they go a long way. So with Donna's Holiday Cup is completed, all fun. I also got to work on doing my Supply Cup. Token Cup has been done, and I need to do my service trial. But let's go ahead and try to do a live race. If I can do it, I'm going to find a bot and race the bot and show you what type of RP I get by racing the bot. But we're only going to try to find it for a couple of seconds. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on a live stream trying to find bots just to find it. Ghostface is here. Oh my God. Top 3 CSR2 YouTuber. Oh my God, he's here. Okay, anti-Ghostface killer. I guess the Ghostface YT popped in and put an icon. Not for sure. But thanks for the chat and the live comments. Anybody have any questions that I can provide answers to while we're going through this real quickly? Alright, second time through, wasn't able to find anything. Alright. And still no bots. Alrighty. And unable to find anybody to race with as far as bots go. No bots. Doesn't seem like this is a good time to be able to find bots in order to show you all that totally cool RP that I get off of racing a single bot. Totally hilarious. People like to try to race you. And you're like, nope, I don't want to race you. Then they want to keep coming back and trying to race you over and over. I just laugh at them. It's like, I didn't try to race you the first time. Why do you keep coming back the second or third time? Nope, not a hacker, a CSR2. Just a daily racer. I worked hard for my original crew that I established. And then I worked hard for another crew working on top 10. And now I'm working hard for my crew for just simply milestone 1. That's all we look to achieve at the end of the season is getting at least 20 million points and receiving milestone 1 at the end of the season. So right now, I actually have a bot. We're gonna go ahead and do the race. Make sure you get those perfect starts, even though I missed it badly. And collect all of your perfect shifts that you can get and collect more free money. So instead of getting, $13,000 for that race, I was able to collect my 20 bronze keys and $15,525 against a bot. 1,487 points. I think Seven Worlds Gaming is another user of the CSR2 community. He's not an active user as other racers are, but he's more active than other racers. So it depends upon where you sit at in the community, how long you've been playing on, where he is at. You know, he's an advocate for the game. He loves talking about the game. He loves playing the game. So I have no problems with Seven Worlds Gaming or Orlando. I do wish that he participated in the game a little bit more, so he can get more money. So when he offers up the $1 million tournaments, he'll have the money already, so he can be able to pull it up. I'm not the biggest fan personally of racing a stock car, which he does a lot. Stock cars for me, in my view, is for racers who are just brand new, and you get these big old giant super lobbies that racers show up in, and it's easy to find people, but it's also hard at the same time. So I prefer to get upgraded cars to be able to race in. So if you're not dealing with a stock car, you know, at least a stage 2 or stage 3 car, put some fusions on it. That way you can more diversify the lobbies that you're in and run up against different racers with different times. And so he handles the game differently than what I do. He plays it for fun. I plays it for fun. So Seven Worlds Gaming is good to go in my book. He's another person who gets on YouTube and many other media sites that they have available, and he's an advocate for the game. Hope that answers your question. Now, one thing it is, this version of the game, 1.15.1, it does have a little glitch in it, and it's been around since the 1.14 version, where when you go into a live race and when the live race starts, it flickers a little image on there, and it looks like it kind of stutters the image. I'm not exactly sure how to properly describe it, but that happens on there. One bug that does look like they fixed in the live races is racing bots. Randomly, you will lose 2 fuel points. If you listen to it, the engine will start twice, and you'll lose 2 fuel pips racing a bot in those particular races. They fixed that. It was real random when it happened, but it did happen often enough to be noticeable. So Seven Worlds is not that active. His crew is only because of his members, but Ghostface, he joined and left this. He can get 3 million RP and has over 160,000 wins in live races. He's a monster. Okay, that's cool for Ghostface. I've never heard of the person, so I have no comments on the Ghostface and what they do. But there's a lot of racers out there who are very active. Getting 3 million RP is on the low end per season. The really hyperactive racers get 5 million. Now, me personally, I have not achieved 3 million RP in a crew season. I've done 2 million RP, so 3 million is good. You know, anytime you get over 1 million RP is good. It's all based upon your crew and what you guys need and what you guys want. I personally like to do this game for fun. I'm not getting paid for it. I do it in my free time. So I'm not trying to commit to making 300,000 points a day for the cap that everybody says that there is a cap, or 350,000, whatever the cap points is. I personally just do the basic math, and I don't see how 300,000 is a cap based off of the end of the season points. But, you know, until Natural Motion actually talks about what the point system is and how it works out, it's all a mystery. But people can get 2.1 million RP per personal season by utilizing the 300,000 points as a cap, if it is 300,000, and that equals out to 4.2 million per crew season. And with the 4.2 million plus roughly around 600,000 free points that you get with having a Prestige Cup for the Prestige Cup car for the current season and the prior season, plus all the random RP that you get. So you can get close to 5 million in the season based off those numbers. So I'm not really for sure. Let's see here. Which is your favorite car in the game? I personally don't have any favorite car. I drive my Chiron Red the most because I got the Elite license on it. And by having the Elite license, I get the most points out of it. When I do regulation races, or if I do like the Prize Cup races, where you get 50 races for 75 silver keys, Those races give me 247 RP each by driving my Chiron Red, which is a 5-star purple car. I get 58% RP on it on regular races. Once I get wild card, it goes up to 88, 128, or 198, based on which one it is. But you get more points based off of that. So I drive my Chiron Red the most. 5 million is very hard. 3 million constantly is hard. Yes, once you get over 1 million RP per season, it becomes hard work. So going for 1.5 million or 2 million or more per season is very hard. It takes a lot of daily races and a lot of daily work in order to get that, because everybody doesn't generate 2,000 RP per race. A lot of people generate between 500 and 800 RP per race. And when you get into the swapping business, if you make 1,000 points per race racing against someone and you're swapping, that means every race is actually 500 points that you get, because you get 1,000 from one race, you lose. You get 5,000 for you get 1,000 for the next race, then you lose. So you get 2,000 RP for racing 4 races, which is 500 races, 500 RP per race. I sound like a tuber that was in the CSR community that left, named Doc. You should check him out when you have time. He explained how the game was rigged and stuff. Well, there's a lot of people who feel like the game is rigged. I can say yes to that, I can say no to that. Like a lot of people like to get on there and talk about the game is pay to win, the game is pay to win, because the fastest cars in the game is it was currently at one point in time the Dodge Demon and the Plymouth Roadrunner, and now the Ice Charger's up there with it, as well as Roman's Murcielago, and those cars you have to buy. But to be honest with you, this game doesn't require you to have the fastest car in the game in order to win. You can race any car and you can beat those cars, because every car's setup is different. Every car's dynamics is different. It's about you and how you race your car and how your lobbies you're in. You don't want to be the fastest car in the game, you want to be the fastest car in your lobby. So when you're in those lobbies, you want to always do your best to be the fastest car in the lobby. So if you lose a couple of races in that lobby and they're blowing you away by half a second or more, get out that lobby, try to go back in. Try to see if the same races. Now, one thing I will tell people is a lot of times people say they go in and out of lobbies and they can't find people. A lot of times the problem is when you're going in and out of lobbies, you're actually going in and out of the same lobby. For example, this lobby shows Kitty Cat and Elite Shady there. Now, once I go out and come back in, let's see if Kitty Cat and Elite Shady is still there. Yep, so Kitty Cat and Elite Shady. Now I'm going to go out, I'm going to come back in. So even though it says looking for races, Kitty Cat and Elite Shady is still the same lobby that I came in. So a lot of times when you're going in and out of lobbies, you can go in and out 20 times. If those 20 times means 17 times you're going into the same lobby, you're not going in and out of 17 or 20 different lobbies. You're going in and out of the same lobby. So now the 4th time I went into a different lobby. Now if I go out and come back in, I'm probably going to be in the same lobby again. Nope, this is the 3rd lobby, but it took me 5 tries to get to 3 different lobbies. Alright, and now I'm going into the same lobby again. Hello, Miguel. The LaFerrari Aperta 6.9, it very well could be the fastest in the game, since Natural Motion has not made it available for usage. It's hard to say. Just an example for everybody who's not familiar, the LaFerrari Aperta is actually part of the 70th anniversary, and it hasn't actually been acknowledged. It hasn't been announced. They released out the 488 GTB, they released out the California T, they released out the F12 Berlinetta and the 488 Spider, but then we have these 2 coming soon cars, and you don't really know what they are. People have got into the game and they've dissected it and they've actually found out what these cars is, and one of them is the LaFerrari Aperta. But it's kind of hard to say what it's going to actually be once they actually launch it into the game for usage. because Natural Motion has actually adjusted cars based on different updates. So some cars can go faster and other cars can go slower based off of the update when they do. So at one point the LaFerrari was the fastest car in the game. It got a little bit faster with one of the updates, and then a whole bunch of other fast cars came in. The P1 GTR was a slug on the raceways as well as the P1, and all of a sudden the update came out about 2 months ago, and it was a quick running car out there. People call it overpowered because cars went from having basically 1100, 1200 EV to plus 2000 EV on it, and the NOS went from roughly 6 or 7 seconds to 28 seconds. So updates can change the dynamics of the cars. So just because someone broke open the game, tapped into these different games, the cars that are available, threw all the upgrades on it, doesn't mean that it's going to stay the same once the update actually comes out and releases. So keep that in mind. But once again, we're dealing with the fastest car in the game, but you got to have all the parts on it in order to actually be able to do that with it. And a lot of these cars, it's hard to get those parts onto those cars because 128 Fusion is a lot. So I'll show you what my Fate of the Furious fast cars are and show you what the lobbies look like. So here is the Ice Charger sitting at 132 up 135 Fusion, 42 upgrades. No Twitter, not really my thing. So when you go into this lobby, you get a whole lot of Ice Chargers in the lobby. You get a whole lot of those Road Runners in the lobby. And you get these Road Runners. Kind of interesting, a lot of these cars show up and they don't actually have any icons on them. So you don't know exactly what car it is. Just hilarious. The car image file couldn't be accessed and loaded. But once again, no Twitter account. And we go back up in here, and now look, all the Road Runners show up. And that's all that's in here, is these classic cars. Road Runners. Yeah, the Road Runner image, this little black and purple, tend to show up on there. We're going to go ahead and jump out of that lobby. And we're going to get out of that. We're going to go jump into Roman's Murcielago. I don't have a good tune for the Road Runner with stage 5 or 6 parts. Here go my Murcielago, 42 of 42, 132 out of 135 upgrades on it. I'll jump into the Road Runner in just 1 second. It's in the prior lobby that this one is in. Alright, so this car is a little bit faster, but also a little bit slower. So a lot of Dodge Demons, and you get some of these cars in here. Now, to get the bronze, the gold, or the silver badge next to your name, that's actually the top 3 crews in the world. So the gold badge is going to be the number 1 crew, the silver badge is going to be the number 2 crew, and the bronze badge is going to be the number 3 crew in the prior season. It's not going to be the current season status, it's going to be the prior season. So if it changes to the next season, they'll have it for that full 14 days, and then those badges will be removed, and then they'll be tossed on over to the next crews that actually qualify underneath those. No social media, just strictly YouTube for fun. And I'm an adult. I'm not 16 or 17. Alright, and so now, as promised, we're gonna go jump over in the Road Runner. Let that load up. Now the Road Runner is currently sitting at 42 of 42, 132 of 135. Oops. And we're gonna go ahead and jump in the lobby there and see that. And once again, I'm not doing live racing, I'm just showing you what the lobbies look like when the cars are faster. There go LaFerrari, that's actually a purple one. A lot of people hack the game and get these cars, they actually don't win the cars. So that's something to keep in mind when you race people. A lot of times I like to look at their points and decide if they actually do that or not. Because a lot of times when you actually get these high-end cars, like this Purple Star AMR Pro, that Purple Star car would be into a crew that would have at least 100+ thousand, potentially 300,000 by now. Same thing with a Purple Star LaFerrari. That person would have 300,000 or more RP because the season they would have capped out on that daily level. So take it with a grain of salt, but that's just me paying attention to the game and my own personal opinion about a lot of these cars that I see in the lobby. I catch people in the slow lobbies with these Purple Star cars, and I'm like, you didn't win that car. You got 20,000 RP or 30,000 RP, and everybody else got 500,000 RP. Because in order to make the amount of points that these racers make in order to win those cars, they're getting the maximum amount of points every single day. So jumping into the Dodge Demon, you get a little bit more variety of the cars, but you know, once again, this is one of the fast lobbies. So like this Dreamville, he has a gold badge on his car. He's in a LaFerrari. So the cars run pretty fast. This person here is from Dreamville. That's another thing too, you catch a lot of these crews with the same name. Sometimes you can't tell if they're the real crew or not, but if they're part of the top 3 who generates a ton of points, you'll be able to recognize them. Let's see. I've never been in a top 3 crew. I've never worked that hard. I don't want to work that hard. I don't find this game that fun to take away from my personal life to win a car. So at the end of the day, this is just for fun for me. I enjoy just being in a crew that makes 24 to 28 million RP a season. It's not as much pressure. You get a lot of points, you have fun. I've never been in a top 3 crew. I've never worked that hard. I don't want to work that hard. I don't find this game that fun to take away from my personal life. I don't really do this for subs. I mostly do this because when I go into my personal global chat, I see a lot of people ask questions that I can provide answers to. I've been playing the game since roughly when they originally came out in the United States, so I share the knowledge and information that I have with people. So I like to have fun with it in that regard. I don't personally, you know, if I get a 500 subs or 1,000 subs or anything like that, that's great. I just want subs that I can actually provide information to and help them. That's about it. Other than that, this is all for fun. This isn't for, you know, a lifestyle for me. This isn't for me to make any money. This is just to sit back and strictly have fun. So let's jump back over in the Ice Charger real quick, and I'll go ahead and start knocking out these gold. I need these token keys that I need to do, these token races, because I need to collect my tokens so I can donate to my crew. So cool change. I can change car. We're gonna jump in Conduit's car. This car is pretty darn fast for a tier 1. My crew is Midnight Kings, 2 words, and Kings has a Z on the end, not an S. If we have free spaces, you can always apply to join, and we accept different races at different levels. We do expect you to get at least 20,000 points a day, and we expect you to at least make 500,000 in the season. We're pretty active. We are a global crew, so racers are all over the globe. We don't run wild cards a lot. There's no daily wild card or anything like that because of the dynamics of how our crew is. As I said, we're a global crew, so it's kind of hard for all of us to get on at once in order to be able to knock out any of these races and to really contribute big time to RP together. You know, we've had wild cards where we collected over 800,000 to 1 million RP in that wild card, and we've had wild cards where we got as little as 75,000. So we try to get the wild cards where we're more than 1 million RP or more than 800,000 RP, but unfortunately we're not able to coordinate often enough to be able to achieve that. Nope, I'm not a believer of hacking, so I don't do any hacking at all. There's a ton of people that do it. When you go on live races, you can find people that hack the game that you can race against. More power to the people that do. I personally am not one. In my crew, we don't accept anybody that actually hacks. If we can see that you are a hacker based off of your activity in the crew, we remove you out as a user. We don't look for anybody that hacks, and we don't tolerate hacking in our crew, because at the end of the season, they can discover that you're hacking, and they can actually remove us out of the crew points that you have accumulated. And by doing that, it turned out to be a bad season. Lost that race. I hit Nas on first into second instead of second into third. So that's a typical conduit car. My crew, once I get done with this, I'll show you where we're currently ranked at. We ran a wild card the other day, and we actually jumped up in the standings in the ranking. So we actually are over 9 million RP, I believe, or close to 10 million. Our goal as a crew is always to try to be over 9 million RP before we get the Prestige Cup. Most of the time we get to over 9 million RP, and sometimes we don't make it 9 million RP. But we've achieved every last milestone car that was ever given out. So from the very first one to the last one with the Bach Mono, I believe it was last season, every single one as a crew we've been able to receive together. The majority of the members in the crew have been there, so they've received all these cars. Some people have come in and out of the crew over the seasons, so some people have it and other people don't. Alrighty. And just a shout out to Speedy Skyler, one of my friends in my global chat. He said, it's time to upgrade that Porsche 911R, because the next Golden Cups that we're going to get, that's going to be the car that we're going to use for the Golden Cup. So I actually had that car upgraded already, and I'll go ahead and show that to you. Just give me a second once I get done with these races, and I'll show it to you before I go into my crew garage and show you where my crew currently stands. To me, hacking the game or modding the game, it's a personal choice. If you're capable of doing it, go for it. There's nothing wrong with being able to learn and be able to grow and create more knowledge. Hopefully you can use that knowledge to create your own content in your own game so you can get out there in the community. So there's nothing wrong with hacking the game or modding the game. But at the end of the day, when it comes to playing a competitive game, when you're hacking or modding the game, you're actually not benefiting everybody else in the community, because you're getting an unfair advantage out of your hacking and your modding. I'm not a big fan of giving yourself an unfair advantage, but if it's something that you need, you're not playing too well, or you're trying to get a step up and trying to do more things than everybody else, then knock yourself out by all means. But you have to live with yourself knowing that you didn't complete the task or the mission at hand on your own. You use extra things to help you be able to achieve it. So if you can live with that, knock yourself out, go ahead and hack and mod. If you personally want to be able to achieve it because you successfully achieved it, then know that when you hack it and when you mod it, you didn't personally achieve it. You used assistance in order to do that. Alright, 60 perfect launches have been completed. Now I got to do 50 live races, 20 regulation races, and 4 new cars I have to receive. Alright, so let's go ahead and start looking at milestone 1. So this is the very first milestone 1 car that we received in the game, season number 1 of that campaign when they did it. And for me, it was the it was the Ferrari FXXK. Currently, mine sit at 41 upgrades out of 42, 87 fusions out of 128. Then after that, the very next season car was the P1 GTR by McLaren. Then after that, we received the Hennessy Venom GT Spider. Then after that, it was the McLaren Liberty Walk 650S. Then the Porsche 911 Turbo S. And that pretty much started the onslaught of Porsches into the game. Then after the Porsche Turbo 911 Turbo came the 918 Spider. Then we got the Pagani Huayra BC. Then we picked up the McLaren 720S. Then we picked up the Ferrari F12 TDF. Then we picked up a Tier 4 car, which was the Acura. That's the actual manufacturer of it. But in the game, we don't have any Acura, so it's the Honda NSX. Then we picked up the Pagani Huayra Roadster. Then we picked up the Aston Martin DB11. Then next up It was the Ferrari 812 Superfast, then the McLaren 570 VX, and then it was the 911R that we picked up. And this is for Speedy Skyler. Told you I got those upgrades. I got 40 out of 42 on there. I even got fusions on it. It's green fusions, but I got fusions. It has 40 green fusions on it out of 128. I probably should put some more on there since it's going to be the next Golden Cup car. Then after that, I picked up the Audi Vorsteiner R8 VRS. It's milestone 1. And then it was the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. Then it was the Chevrolet or Chevy Camaro ZL1 1LE. Then came up the Mercedes AMG GTR. Then it was the Chevy HS Customs Under Pressure. Then it was the Porsche 911 GT3. Then it was the Vulcan by Aston Martin. Then it was the Mazda RX-7 Rocket Bunny, another Tier 4 car. And then came along the Chevrolet C10 Tiffany. That car is upgraded too. I just have it sitting like it doesn't have any upgrades on it. And then came the Aston Martin 177. And last season's car was the Bach Mono. And that's all of the milestone 1 cars that we received in the game. Next up is the Lamborghini LB Aventador. So I'm going to go ahead and jump onto this car, the last one. And I'm going to go into my crew so you can see where we're currently standing at. We're ranking since someone had inquired. So we achieved all of these milestone goals and we're almost up to 10 million. So we're currently sitting at 9,474,739 and we're currently globally ranked at 1,229. Can I do some live races? Sure. Give me 1 second, I'll go ahead. So my leader, he decided to bamboozle me and he jumped ahead of me, so he's now number 1 in the crew with 927,000 personal RP in the crew. I'm number 2 at 788,000. I would have had more RP if I wasn't working on setting up this live stream today, so I spent a lot of time trying to get it together, and unfortunately it took me longer than I expected. Number 3 currently has 660,000 in the crew. Number 4 has 537, and rounding out the top 5 is 464,000. Now since you want me to do some live races, pick the car, tell me which one. I have a vast garage of cars, and more than likely I have it, and I'll go jump in live races. Alright, I got an upgrade available. Oh, yeah, I never did upgrade this car. I have 28 of 42 on it. I'm gonna wait till next season to buy the rest of the upgrades. And this one I believe is 35. Nope, 28. So these cars I'm gonna upgrade next season to get the RP onto there. So let me know what you want to live race in and I'll go ahead and jump into that car and we'll go live race. I have a vast garage, so just name the car. If it's the ultra rares like the Regera or the LaFerrari, I don't have those cars. Ultra rares aren't in there. So you want to do the Huracan. Okay. Thanks, Miguel. I'll go ahead and jump in the Huracan. It's one of the cars I received a long time ago, so it's in my lower lobbies. I don't move my cars around a whole lot. Alrighty. My fastest car would probably be either the Ice Charger or the Roadrunner. I don't race it very often, but I can make it move pretty fast. If I personally don't do it, I got someone else who can drive it. So my Roadrunner sits, my Huracan, the LP610-4, sits at 42 upgrades and 78 fusions on it. I don't have any rare fusions. I don't have any epic fusions on it. I do have rare fusions, but I don't have epic fusions on it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this tuned just a little bit. Just throw random tunes on it. Just make the numbers go higher. This car shifts super fast, so it's not always that fun to drive. But because you guys asked, I'll go ahead and jump into a lobby and see what it can do. Let's see if we can get over 1400. Nope, doesn't look like it's gonna go over 1400. Alright, so maybe 1300. I could probably get it 1300. Let's see the numbers. adjust that down. So. Yep. Easy peasy. Got it at 1300. There we go. 1301. So anybody who wants to race me in lives, here go the 250 for the dyno. So currently it says I can do a 9.272 in it. I've never driven it, so I'm gonna take it for a test run now so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, this is the Huracan that's listed as the LP610-4. If you look right up there at the top in the center, it lists the name of the make and model and things like that. But my fastest car is either going to be the Ice Charger, the Dodge Ice Charger, or it's going to be the Plymouth GTX Roadrunner. Either or, depends upon my mood and how my shifting is. But those are the two fastest cars that I have. Now I am going to slap a paint job on this car so I can get extra points out of it. See how fast it shifts? Not the biggest fan of that shifting. And then the car just sits there and actually tanks out. So it says it can run a 9.2 dot, and I actually ran it as a 9.6. How horrible is that? Alright, let me go ahead and drop a paint job on it. And after I get done with the paint job, jump into some live races. Alright, so let's see here. It's Christmas time, so we'll go ahead and do the Christmas theme again. Do the red on the bottom and the fruit salad on the top. Oops. No, not the top. The opposite of the shoulder. And fruit salad on top. So we'll call it our Christmas paint job. It's Christmas time, so fruit salad on top. $56,000. Alright. And let's go knock out a couple live races with it. Go win, go win, go win. Keep those ponies rolling. I'm gonna keep them rolling. Live races. Alright, currently in live races. Alright, so now I'm in live races, scrolling, looking for somebody to race. See if we can find anybody. So currently we got in the race lobby, somebody from FaZe, N2O, from Good Vibes, Crew, Bad Guy, Bot Only, Dog Daddy, from War Dogs, Alex, Bad Guy, Bot Only. If he only wants bots, why is he trying to race me? Alright, let's go ahead and race him. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what it can do, what it do. Race is up. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Fired it on off. Fire in the hole. I lose. Nope. Came back and won. So he got a really good start on me, but he wasn't able to finish it off. Probably has a lower end top speed. Let's see what his top is. Yep, he topped out at 232, so my 239 was able to come catch him. Ran a 9.339 against a 9.394. And got 1200 RP. See, racing bots is better a lot of the times. I get 14.47 and I can get 15,000 and 16,000 cash versus 1,200. And here comes Dog Daddy. But getting 1,200 and getting a little bit over 13,000. I like racing bots better. Alright, so now I'm out there doing the races. Any of you guys gonna come join me in the lobby or anything like that? As you can see, this is a 9.3 to 9.4 lobby. And Dog Daddy's in his Austin DB11. That car has a top out speed too on it. And there he goes, coming on across. Oh, he beat me. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And I lost. He has a higher top speed, 272. He was able to use that to get ahead. This is a 9.3 to 9.4 lobby. Alrighty, so I got 2 more races I'm gonna do. Anybody got any questions? That car has a top out speed too on it. And I definitely gotta complete some more live races. I'm only sitting at 4. I need to get my least to my 15. I'm far from it. And I lost. He has a higher top speed, 272. He was able to use that to get ahead. Alrighty. My favorite car in the game, I don't really have any. Originally, I was really liking my Hennessy Venom GT. I really like that car. It has a nice look. It is kind of slow. It runs in 8 seconds, I believe. That's the fastest. Maybe like an 8.5 or an 8.6. But to me, the game is not about speed. The game is more about, having fun racing. So I don't mind losing. I'm not here to win 100%. No time for timing out and quitting games and things like that. Just here to race. I'm not big on swapping. I'll swap with people that I actually do know from my global chat and talking. But I'm not, swapping with people just to swap, because I know RP can be really wonky. I can get 500 RP from a race and you can get 2,000 points. And of course you want to swap with me, but only 500 points, I'm not one to do that, because 500 points per race in the swap means I get 250 per race. And that's basically the same as racing regulation with half the money. So I'm not big on that. But that's one of the things with swapping. A lot of people, they expect you to swap. Oh, we need to swap, we need to swap. I'm not big on swapping. I respect those that do it. A lot of the people in the top 5, top 10, maybe even the top 100 crews do a lot of swapping to get that type of RP out of it. I'm not looking to do that. I'm just looking to have fun, to bang away on my iPad screen, and to get as many wins as I can get out of it. And that's it. I like to contribute for my crew. I like to find people at the top and chase them down when I'm below them, and when they're above me, or the racers are below me, I like to encourage them to come on up there with me. I've been awarded the win because the opponent disconnected and was unable to complete the race. But it shows in the background the opponent actually won the race. So, that's one of those glitches with wording. But, they passed me up. They won fair and square. They ran 297. I got one more fuel pip, so I'm going to do one more race. And I'm going to go ahead and shut down the live race after that. Not the live race, but I'm going to shut down the live race, but I'm also going to shut the stream down. Anybody have questions or anything they want to talk about? This is going on 90 minutes now, so feel free to speak up. All right, Jerry Boy Lalaban from Need for Speed. Gonna go ahead and jump into the race with him. Spider passed me on up. Alright, so with that said, I'm going to go ahead and shut down this live stream. Thank you everybody that participated, that was able to watch and check out, and everybody that was able to ask questions. This live stream will be available for replay, so feel free to check it out. I will be doing more in the future, so feel free to subscribe, to comment, to like, and participate and engage with the live chats when we have them going on. So until we talk, you have yourself a great day. This is MrXsee. Talk with you later. Peace.